Hey everyone and welcome to Zen of Tech. I'm Daniel and yeah, good news. OS 10.10 Yosemite is here. Well, not really, but at least the beta is. The final release is due this fall, but the beta is available today, the developer preview. Bad news is that you need to be a registered developer in order to install the beta or the developer preview. And you need to pay $100 or £60 per year in order to be a registered developer. So yeah, that's why I'm making this video, because in this video I'm going to show you how to install OS 10.10 Yosemite on your Mac without the need to be a registered developer. So install it today and install it for free. And yes, without breaking your Mac, without corrupting your operating system and making some apps unusable. So let's take a look at how to install OS 10.10 Yosemite for free now on your Mac without breaking it. So yeah, enjoy the video. Now, in case you've missed it, I also did an iOS 8 installation tutorial, basically same video as this one, how to install iOS 8 on your iOS device without the need of a developer ID, how to install the beta, iOS 8 beta 1. So in case you haven't seen that video and you want to install iOS 8 on your device, then boom, here's the link, or simply click the link in the description down below and you'll be taken to that video. Okay, now back to OS 10.10 Yosemite. So what you want to do first is obviously get the download file, the ISO file, the installation file. Actually it's a PNG file, but yeah, you need that file in order to install OS 10.10 Yosemite. Now I've included a link in the description, so simply click that link in the description, go to that website and download OS 10.10 Yosemite installation file. Now step number 2 is the most important one. If you don't do this properly, you will break your Mac, or if you don't break it, you will make a lot of apps unusable, such as Final Cut Pro, which gave me a lot of crashes and bugs. Actually, I had to downgrade to OS 10.10 Mavericks just to be able to use it properly again, because it constantly crashed. It was literally unusable. And not just Final Cut, actually a lot of apps. Not to mention Pages, Google Drive, and a lot of apps which I use every single day. So don't do this. Don't install OS 10.10 Yosemite over Mavericks. Don't do this unless you're really YOLO. What you want to do is simply make a new partition. So simply go to Disk, Utility, click your disk, and now click the plus sign to create a new partition. Now this has to be at least 20 gigabytes inside, but I highly suggest making it at least 50 gigabytes, if not more. But to be honest, 50 gigabytes is pretty much the sweet spot. So make it around 50 gigabytes or so. Give it a name and wait a couple of minutes for your operating system to partition your disk. Now after it's done, simply open up the installation file you've downloaded before and then select the partition you've just created in order to install OS 10.10 Yosemite on it. Wait a couple of minutes for the installation to complete and boom, you are in Yosemite. There you go. You have successfully installed Yosemite OS 10.10 Yosemite developer preview on your Mac. But wait, how do you go back? How do you go back to Mavericks? Have you lost your data? No, because you've made a new partition. So in order to go back, you have two options. So option number 1 is to simply open up System Preferences and go to Startup Disk and select the operating system which you want to boot. So this is basically the default operating system which your computer will boot every single time you boot it, basically. And if you want to choose a specific operating system before the boot, simply hold the Option key or the Alt key before the Apple logo appears in order to select the startup disk. As you can see, now I have the option to choose OS 10.10 or OS 10.9. Whatever operating system I want to boot in. But the default one will always be the one I've selected in startup disk. So there you go. This was basically it. This was my tutorial on how to install OS 10.10 Yosemite on your Mac, the developer preview, right now and for free without having to pay a thing. Now there's also another way of doing this, a more legit way, so to say. So you can go on Apple's website and register for the betas. You get beta access and you'll be notified via email when a beta gets released. But unfortunately this process takes a lot of time. It took me about 5 weeks to get registered in the beta program. If you don't want to wait 5 weeks or so, then this video is for you. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. This was basically it. I'm Daniel and I'll see you in the next one. And speaking of the next video is going to be pretty special, so definitely stay tuned for my next video, which should be up on my channel in the next couple of days. So yeah, Zen of Tech signing out. Cheers.